Hey there, welcome to this video from the Lego Room. Hope you're doing well today. So I thought I'd give you a brief update on the latest scene in my Lego Star Wars movie MOC. I'm now working on the prequel scenes, having completed the original trilogy scenes. If you haven't already, I'll put a link up to the videos I've made for those scenes on this video, so you can check those out. So eventually I would like to show the entire Star Wars movie in Lego format. Star Wars movies, I should say, so going from episodes 1 through to episodes 9, and then scenes also for Rogue One and Solo, and also The Mandalorian, and have a giant Lego Star Wars MOC. So taken me a long time to work through all this, but it's been great fun, and I get to watch the Star Wars movies again to get some inspiration on what to build, which is always a plus. And yeah, so I thought I'd show you what I've made for episode 1. So there are two scenes to this. There is the Battle of Naboo and the pod racing scene, so let's go ahead and get stuck into the detail. Okay, so although this is probably the most interesting side, we will start with the pod racing scene. So obviously this is mini scale pod racers. These are both sets, so this one came out with the anniversary sets a couple of years ago. Polybag set number I'll post in the description of the video. And this is Sebulba's pod racer. This is the one that came with the planet. Again, quite a few years old, this set. Planet and the minifigure. Nice sets they were. I think I collected the whole lot. And yeah, the pod racing scene is great. Particularly I like the sound that the pod racers make as they zoom by the camera in the movie. And the colouring that I chose is quite reflective in the movie. So I think to be 100% accurate, everything would be the light tan colour. But I thought it made quite a nice contrast having the cliffs, the giant cliffs in dark tan, and the actual racing surface in light tan. These cheeses or wedges, depending on what you want to call them, they're supposed to signify the kind of the engine of the pod and the speed as they travel. We obviously know that in the end Anakin wins the race. There's Anakin, by the way, that little stud there, and there's Sebulba. It's quite funny how they look in mini scale form to me. So yeah, so good scene. That was I always knew I wanted to build pod racing when I was going to build episode 1. Originally I thought the whole scene would be pod racing, but as I started to put it together I realised that actually I could do a bit better than that. And then when I came across this in my collection, I thought, yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'll do a smaller pod racing scene, and that gives me lots more space to do something a bit more detailed and exciting on the other half of the scene. Alrighty, so without a doubt, for me, the best scene in episode 1 is this battle between the Jedi and Darth Maul. It's great when Darth Maul enters the scene, everyone else leaves, and then commences probably one of the best lightsaber fights in all of the Star Wars movies. Cards on the table are, I'm a Star Wars fan of a certain era, so I grew up with the original trilogy. When the prequels came out, they were a little bit challenging for me to watch, and still are, but that said, there are lots and lots of really great scenes and characters throughout the prequels, and this battle for me remains up there with the best scenes across the Star Wars universe. So in terms of the build, obviously we've got the minifigures in the middle, which is the main event here. Darth Maul is on some clear pieces to give him the illusion that he's flipping over or up in the air as the fight commences. We have battle droid parts all over the place. That one's got no head, he's lost his head in the battle. And we have some detailing on the wall. In terms of the door, so in the movie the door is not closed, it is open. I did experiment with having mine open and putting some dark bricks in the background, but it just didn't look right, so I took the decision to close the door. And all of these parts here, the detail on the wall and the pillars, these are featured in the movie, but not necessarily so close together. So I did something to build this scene that I don't normally do. I'm not sure how this is going to show, but I basically got a still of the movie and I took elements, so you can see the towers there. I've roughly replicated here, and then you've got some of the boxes and the cylinder boxes, the flooring detail. So I just took the bits that I liked and built them into my scene. If I tried to copy the scene exactly how it is, I don't have enough space, so the hangar that they're fighting in is huge, so there wouldn't be much detail in this small little section here, hence why I did it in the way that I did, in order to have some more detail in the scene. So I think it's turned out pretty good. Really quite had good fun actually building up the back wall there and doing the detailing on the door. Other thing about tiles, I love Lego tiles. They always really finish off MOCs, in my opinion. And when you're doing Star Wars MOCs, you need lots of tiles, especially the dark greys. And I think the dark grey works quite well in conjunction with the tan colour. So good fun to build all this. So there we go. Hope you like it. Episode 2 is next. I'm going to start working my way through the movie, and I'll figure out which scene I want to build. If you've got any ideas to help me out, then let me know in the comments. And I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, thank you very much indeed for watching.